athletes are currently unavailable. If you would like to leave a voicemail message, please press 1. Otherwise, remain on the line and your call.
Thank you for calling the Global Retail Service Desk. This is Jerry. Can I start with your username, please?
Hi, my username is esmat.zeerak at nike.com.
Thank you. Just a moment.
Oops.
Thank you for calling Global Retail Support. To continue this call in English, please. Your call may be recorded for quality assurance.
Thank you for calling the Global Retail Service Desk. This is Jerry. Can I start with your username, please?
Hi, was I just on the phone with you and it disconnected?
I think so. I was asking you, but there's no reply anymore.
Yeah, so my username is esmat.zeerak at nike.com.
Do you also have like an employee number?
No.
Do you work in a retail store or no?
I work in a retail store and I'm having trouble with my login information.
Okay. All right. May I have your store number?
468.
Esmat Zeerak.
Yeah, that's me.
Nike Unite Silver Spring.
Yeah.
All right. The phone number of the store that I see here is 301-960-4100. Is that correct?
Yes.
Just in case we get disconnected again, I can call you back. All right. How can I help today?
So the manager should have called and vouched for my security information, and now I would like a password reset.
To vouch for the password reset.
Yes.
You just called in earlier.
Yes.
Do you have a ticket number?
Yes.
Incident number already.
The ticket number is INC 5725402.
Are you still in the store or are you at home already?
I'm not in the store right now. Yeah.
Or the coach is Melissa Hill.
What's that?
The coach or the manager is Melissa Hill.
Yes.
All right, hold on. I'll be right back. I'll just contact her quick just for a vouch.
Okay. Okay, here we go. Another 5 hours on the phone with Nike.
All right, thank you for patiently waiting. I just called the store and there's no manager available right now.
Okay.
Check here further.
Well, the person told me that the manager told me that she was going to call the help desk number today, 2 hours ago.
Melissa?
Yes, Melissa. Yes, I give her the ticket number, and she said that she would vouch for the yeah.
Okay, so yes, it seems like she did call them earlier. Votes for by 3 corpus Q. Okay, I think this is good enough. This is just a ticket, just for a vouch documentation. I'll use this one.
Okay.
Alright, I'm generating a temporary password now for you.
Fantastic.
Temporary
Okay.
temporary password
Yeah.
is the word orange, ORANGE. The first letter O is capital,
Okay.
followed by the number 12 and an exclamation point.
Okay. So orange O is capital, number 12, and then exclamation.
Yes.
Okay. I'll just try that right now. Okay. It still says that I'm unable to log in.
On which website are you trying to log in?
Nike.okta.com.
Okay. Are you using a computer or a phone?
I am just using the. I'm using the computer.
The computer? Okay, good. Try this website instead. Open up Google Chrome.
Okay.
The website is NSA, M like Mike, F like Frank, A like Apple,
Okay.
.nike.com.
Okay, and then click on login.
Yes.
Okay. Still says unable to log in. So
What user ID are you using?
I'm using esmat.zirak@nike.com. And the password is O capital range 12 exclamation.
Okay. And the message is unable to log in. That's what it's saying.
Yeah, unable to sign in. Yeah.
Let's sign in.
So the password is orange, and the O is capital, and it's the number 12, and then exclamation.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, I just tried again and it doesn't work.
Let me try it on my end. mfa.nike.com. Nike.com. Login. Nike.com. Orange 12 exclamation point. Now on my end here, I just tried it, and I get the setup multi-factor authentication. Are you using Google Chrome?
Yes.
Can you try incognito Google Chrome?
Okay. msa.nike.com. mfa.nike.com.
Yes, Mike, Frank, Apple.
Okay. But yeah, it still doesn't work.
Then we might need to have that done inside the Nike network. Because when I try to do it here on my end, it's working. I get prompted to set up the phone SMS authentication right away. Maybe try it on your phone. How about on your phone?
Okay, let's see.
Maybe it's just the computer.
Yeah, it still says it doesn't work. Can you reset to another password and then I can try that again, maybe?
Another password?
Yeah.
Another temporary password?
Yeah.
Sure. Hold on. Alright, I have a new temporary password.
Okay.
It's the word yellow, like the color.
Okay.
First letter Y is capital,
Okay.
followed by the number 12 and an exclamation point.
Okay. I'll try that. Yeah, it still says unable to log in.
I see. We might need to really do that inside the store then.
Well, the problem is that I need to set up my orientation documents and all of that before I go to the store. Yeah.
Well, clearly it's not working for you inside your network. I'm not sure which is not allowing us to get on through the setup there. Because when I tried here on my end, I'm getting the prompt to set up your Okta.
Maybe I should give it some time.
Maybe, sorry, what?
I said maybe I should give it some time or something.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I said maybe I should give it some time.
Sometime. Sure, yes, maybe you could do that also. And then maybe try it also on a different device or browser again.
Yeah.
And then try it again.
Yeah, I just tried on a different computer and it doesn't work.
Let me test it again on my end. Okay, I'm on Google Chrome. Open up incognito msa.nike.com. Click on login. Get the login screen and copy your email at smart.virac@nike.com. Go back to the login screen, paste it, type in the temporary available 12 exclamation. Click on sign in. Yep, I'm getting the setup multi-factor authentication. Your company requires multi-factor authentication. Please set it up. I'm not getting any error here on my end.
Right. Yeah, I don't know what else to do, really.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. You're just gonna change your password later, okay?
Okay.
Once you're done with this, I'm gonna set it up for you.
Okay.
You have your phone with you?
Yes.
What's the phone number?
505-231-6177.
505-231-6177.
Yes.
Did you
What? Hello? Okay.
Thank you for calling Global Retail Support. To continue this call in English, please press 1. To continue this call, your call may be recorded for quality assurance.
Hello?
Thank you for calling Global Retail Support. To continue this call in English, please press 1. To continue this call in Spanish, please press 2. Your call may be recorded for quality assurance.
Thank you for calling the Global Retail Service Desk. This is Jerry. Can I start with the username, please?
Yeah, I'm Asmat Zirak. Sorry, the phone disconnected again.
Okay. Did you receive a code?
Yes, the code is 660188.
I'm sorry, let's start over. The close the window. Alright. Good thing, I think I'm the only one logged in right now. Taking calls.
I see.
Can I get your phone number again?
Yes, that's 505-231-6177.
Can I get the new code?
Yes, the new code is 555421.
Alright, you were able to successfully log into Okta. Your password is green12 exclamation point capital G.
Okay, so I'll try that again. Should I go to mfa.nike.com?
Yes.
So the password was capital G green.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so it just worked, and now I have to. They sent me a code, so I'll try add code here 421. Okay, they sent a new code. Okay, so now I'm in the MFA console,
That
and
means that your login is working now.
okay, so that means I can now fill out the forms.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, thank you so much.
Alright, thank you. Also, please change your password as soon as possible when you have the time.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you. Bye. Okay. Nike, if you're watching this, you know what to do. You need to find a better way to handle this. Ba, 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 ba. Four 80660. Okay, fantastic. Do. Right as I was about to start painting, I have to deal with this now, which is okay, except wish it had been done an earlier hour. But I don't shy away from a challenge, so I will do this. Just have to find my wallet first. Okay, Social Security. Here we go. Have to give my alien registration number here. Mm, 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 mm. I see what I did wrong there. Try that again. Takes 1,000,000,000 years to complete all these stupid forms. All this so that they're not sued, you know. It's like, I get it, man. Continue. Continue to forms. No pending forms to complete. Fantastic. Completed that. Submit. I'm not going to upload my photo. Fantastic. County of residence. Where are we? Dorchester. No. Okay. Come on, man. I don't want to give you my photo. I am not a veteran. Let's fill out the emergency phone number here. Okay, so I completed all of these now. Okay, it seems like I completed everything. Time to make some rice. Today, we have brown rice, Indian basmati long grain brown rice from Whole Foods. Cooking instructions. Okay. I'll just follow my standard procedure, which is different than what the instructions on the package states. Okay, so how much water would I need for 2 cups of rice? Just going to eyeball it. some olive oil, some onions that I must use. So there goes that. Salt, very important ingredient. Now we're going to do 25 minutes high pressure. You know, there are these flies that I've been trying to get rid of for a while now. And I think I'm making some progress, but I still see some flies around, and I honestly do not appreciate the flies in this place because, well, I don't really need a reason, you know? I mean, hey, I love all living things, but I still need some semblance of hygiene in this place. Anyway. So, yesterday we left a reading of Plato's The Republic in book 3. And today we are going to resume our reading from that point onward. So this is the beginning of book 3, line 386. Such, then, I said, are the kinds of stories that I think future guardians should not hear about the gods from childhood on, if they are to honor the gods and their parents and not take their friendship with one another lightly. I'm sure we are right about that, at any rate. What if they are to be courageous as well? Shouldn't they be told stories that will make them least afraid of death? Let's see if the battery is good. Yeah. Or do you think that anyone ever becomes courageous if he is possessed by this fear? No, I certainly don't. And can someone be unafraid of death, preferring it to defeat in battle or slavery if he believes in a Hades full of terrors? Not at all. Then we must supervise such stories and those who tell them and ask them not to disparage the life in Hades in this unconditional way, but rather to praise it, since what they now say is neither true nor beneficial to future warriors. We must. Then we'll expunge all that sort of disparagement, beginning with the following lines. Quote, I would rather labor on earth in service to another, to a man who is landless with little to live on, than to be king all over the dead. The footnote says that's a reference to Odyssey. And also these, quote, he feared that his home should appear to gods and men dreadful, dank, and hated even by the gods. And alas, quote, alas, there survives in the Hades, in halls of Hades, a soul, a mere phantasm, with its wits completely gone. And this, quote, and he alone could think, the others are flitting shadows, end quote. And, quote, the soul, leaving his limbs, made its way to Hades, lamenting its fate, leaving manhood and youth behind, end quote. And these, quote, his soul went below the earth like smoke, screeching as it went, end quote. And Plato is very good at quoting people and censoring them, right? Quote, as when bats in an awful cave fly around screeching if one of them falls from the cluster on the ceiling, all clinging to one another, so their souls went screeching, end quote. We'll ask Homer and the other poets not to be angry if we delete these passages and all similar ones. It isn't that they aren't poetic and pleasing to the majority of hearers, but that the more poetic they are, the less they should be heard by children or by men who are supposed to be free and to fear slavery more than death. Most certainly. And the frightening and dreadful names for the underworld must be struck out, for example, Cocytus and Styx, and also the names for the dead, for example, those below, and the sapless ones, and all those names of things in the underworld that make everyone who hears them shudder. They may be all well and good for other purposes, but we are afraid that our guardians will be made softer and more malleable by such shudders. And our fear is justified. Then such passages are to be struck out? Yes. And poets must follow the opposite pattern in speaking and writing? Clearly. Must we also delete the lamentations and pitiful speeches of most famous men? We must, if indeed what we said before is compelling. Consider, though, whether we are right to delete them or not. We surely say that a decent man doesn't think that death is a terrible thing for someone decent to suffer, even for someone who happens to be his friend. We do say that. Then he won't mourn for him as for someone who has suffered a terrible fate. Certainly not. We also say that a decent person is most self sufficient in living well, and above all others, has the least need of anyone else. That's true. Then it's less dreadful for him than for anyone else to be deprived of his son, brother, possessions, or any other such things. Much less. Then he'll least give way to lamentations and bear misfortune most quietly when it strikes. Certainly. We'd be right then to delete the lamentations of famous men, leaving them to women, and not even to good women either, and to cowardly men, so that those we say we are training to guard our city will disdain to act like that. That's right. Again, then, we'll ask Homer and the other poets not to represent Achilles, the son of a goddess, as, quote, lying now on his side, now on his back, now again on his belly, then standing up to wander, distracted, this way and that on the shore of the unharvested sea, end quote. Nor to make him pick up ashes in both hands and pour them over his head, weeping and lamenting in the ways he does in Homer. Nor to represent Priam, a close descendant of the gods, as entreating his men and, quote, rolling around in dung, calling upon each man by name, end quote. And will ask them even more earnestly not to make the gods lament and say, quote, alas, unfortunate that I am, wretched mother of a great son, end quote. But if they do make the gods do such things, at least they mustn't dare to represent the greatest of the gods as behaving in so unlikely a fashion as to say, quote, alas, with my own eyes I see a man who is most dear to me, chased around the city, and my heart laments, or, quote, woe is me that Sarpedon, who is most dear to me, should be fated to be killed by Patroclus, the son of Menoitis. Meniotius. Meno. Okay. Meniotius. If our young people Adamantus listens to these stories without ridiculing them as not worth hearing, it's likely that they'll consider the things described in them to be unworthy of mere human beings like themselves, or that they'll rebuke themselves for doing or saying similar things when misfortune strikes. Instead, they'll feel neither shame nor restraint, but groan and lament at even insignificant misfortunes. What you say is completely true. Then, as the argument has demonstrated, and we must remain persuaded by it until someone shows us a better one, they mustn't behave like that. No, they mustn't. Moreover, they mustn't be lovers of laughter either, for whenever anyone indulges in violent laughter, ha 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 ha, a violent change of mood is likely to follow. So I believe. Then, if someone represents worthwhile people as overcome by the laughter, we won't approve, and will approve even less if they represent gods that way. Much less. Then we won't approve of Homer saying things like this about the gods. Quote, an unquenchable laughter arose among the blessed gods as they saw Hephaestus limping through the hall. End quote. According to your argument, such things must be rejected. If you want to call it mine, but they must be rejected in any case. Moreover, we have to be concerned about truth as well, for if what we said just now is correct and falsehood, though of no use to the gods, is useful to people as a form of drug, clearly we must allow only doctors to use it, not private citizens. Clearly, then, if it is appropriate for anyone to use falsehoods for the good of the city because of the actions of either enemies or citizens, it is the rulers. But everyone else must keep away from them, because for a private citizen to lie to a ruler is just as bad a mistake as for a sick person or athlete not to tell the truth to his doctor or trainer about his physical condition, or for a sailor not to tell the captain the facts about his own condition or that of the ship and the rest of its crew. Indeed, it is a worse mistake than either of these. That's completely true. And if the ruler catches someone else telling falsehoods in the city, quote, any one of the craftsmen, whether a prophet, a doctor who heals the sick, or a maker of spheres or spears, end quote, will punish him for introducing something as subversive and destructive to a city as it would be to a ship. He will, if practice is to follow theory. What about moderation? Won't our young people also need that? Of course. And aren't these the most important aspects of moderation for the majority of people, namely to obey the rulers and to rule the pleasures of drink, sex, and food for themselves? That's my opinion at any rate. Then we'll say that the words of Homer's Diomedes are well put. Quote, sit down in silence, my friend, and be persuaded by me, end quote. And so is what follows, quote, the Achaeans, breathing eagerness for battle, marched in silence, fearing their commanders, end quote. And all other such things, those are well put, But what about this? Quote, wine bibber with the eyes of a dog and the heart of a deer, end quote. And the rest, is it or any other headstrong words spoken in prose or poetry by private citizens against their rulers? Well put. No, they aren't. I don't think they are suitable for young people to hear, not in any case with a view to making them moderate, though it isn't surprising that they are pleasing enough in other ways. What do you think? The same as you. What about making the cleverest man say that the finest thing of all is when, quote, the tables are well laden with bread and meat, and the wine bearer draws wine from the mixing bowl and pours it in the cups, end quote, or, quote, death by starvation is the most pitiful fate, end quote. Do you think that such things make for self control in young people? Or what about having Zeus, when all the other gods are asleep and he alone is awake, easily forget all his plans because of sexual desire, and be so overcome by sight of Hera that he doesn't even want to go inside but wants to possess her there on the ground, saying that his desire for her is even greater than it was when, without their parents' knowledge, they were first lovers? Or what about the chaining together of Ares and Aphrodite by Hephaestus, also the result of sexual passion? No, by God, none of that seems suitable to me. But if, on the other hand, there are words or deeds of famous men who are exhibiting endurance in the face of everything, surely they must be seen or heard. For example, quote, he struck his chest and spoke to his heart. Endure, my heart, you've suffered more shameful things than this. End quote. They certainly must. Now, we mustn't allow our men to be money lovers or to be bribable with gifts. Certainly not. Then the poets mustn't sing to them. Quote, gifts persuade gods and gifts persuade revered kings, end quote. Nor must Phoenix, the tutor of Achilles, be praised as speaking with moderation when he advises him to take the gifts and defend the Achaeans, but not to give up his anger without gifts. Nor should we think such things to be worthy of Achilles himself, nor should we agree that he was such a money lover that he would accept the gifts of Agamemnon or release the corpse of Hector for a ransom, but not otherwise. It certainly isn't right to praise such things. It is only out of respect for Homer, indeed, that I hesitate to say that it is positively impious to accuse Achilles of such things, or to believe others who say them, or to make him address Apollo in these words, quote, you've injured me, far shooter, most deadly of the gods, and I'd punish you if I had the power, end quote. Or to say that he disobeyed the river, a god, and was ready to fight it, or that he consecrated hair to the dead Patroclus, which was already consecrated to a different river, Seph- Spericaius. It isn't to be believed that he did any of these, nor is it true that he dragged the dead Hector around the tomb of Patroclus or massacred the captives on his pyre. So, we'll deny that, nor will we allow our people to believe that Achilles, who was the son of a goddess and of Peleus, the most moderate of men, and the grandson of Zeus, and who was brought up by the most wise Chiron, was so full of inner turmoil as to have two diseases in his soul: slavishness accompanied by the love of money on the one hand, and arrogance towards gods and humans on the other. That's right. We certainly won't believe such things, nor will we allow it to be said that Theseus, the son of Poseidon, and Tirithous, the son of Zeus, engaged in terrible kidnappings, or that any other hero and son of a god dare to do any of the terrible and impious deeds that are now falsely said to have done, will compel the poets either to deny that the heroes did such things, or else to deny that they were children of the gods. They mustn't say both or attempt to persuade our young people that the gods bring about evil or that heroes are no better than humans. As we said earlier, these things are both impious and true, for we demonstrated that it is impossible for the gods to produce bad things. Of course. Moreover, these stories are harmful to people who hear them, for everyone will be ready to excuse himself when he's bad if he's persuaded that similar things both are being done now and have been done in the past by, quote, close descendants of the gods, those near to Zeus, to whom belongs the ancestral altar high up on Mount Ida, in whom the blood of demons has not weakened. End quote. For that reason, we mustn't put a stop to such stories, lest they produce in the youth a strong inclination to do bad things. All right, let's see. Absolutely. Now, isn't there a kind of story whose content we haven't yet discussed? So far, we've said how one should speak about gods, heroes, daemons, and things in Hades. We have. Then what's left is how to deal with stories about human beings, isn't it? Obviously. But we can't settle that matter at present. Why not? Because I think we'll say what poets and prose writers tell us about the most important matters concerning human beings is bad. They say that many unjust people are happy and many just ones wretched, that injustice is profitable if it escapes detection, and that justice is another's good but one's own loss. I think we'll prohibit these stories and order the poets to compose the opposite kind of poetry and tell the opposite kind of tales. Don't you think so? I know so. But if you agree that what I said is correct, couldn't I reply that you've agreed to the very point that is in question in our whole discussion? And you'd be right to make that reply. Then we'll agree about what stories should be told about human beings only when we have discovered what sort of thing justice is and how by nature it profits the one who has it, whether he is believed to be just or not. That's very true. This concludes our discussion of the content of stories. We should now, I think, investigate their style, for we'll then have fully investigated both what should be said and how it should be said. All right. Now we will pause there, continue some other point.